Back in the kitchen of Chef John Folse. And John, you know, almost as much as the food, what I like about coming here is your stories. You always got a story to go with the recipe. Now, death by gumbo, you got to confirm, is there any truth to the rumor that it was so good somebody actually overdosed and ate it?
Almost. Death by gumbo, which is the most, I think the most important dish at my restaurant revolution in New Orleans. And it was named by Craig Claiborne, the food editor of the New York Times, who called me to New York to say, you wrote a book called The Evolution of Cajun and Creole Cuisine, and we at the New York Times don't really think you can evolve Cajun and Creole cuisine.
What do they know?
You gotta stay really tight. I said, he said, can you evolve gumbo? I said, well, I think we can do a pretty good job of evolving. He said, well, let's go ahead and do that. And I did it for the New York Times, and that's what made this dish famous. And of course, it's the dish that's sought after at Revolution. Death by gumbo, of course, is the boneless quail. And the first question people ask is the difficulty of deboning a quail, a teal duck, a wood duck, which is probably the biggest duck you would want to. But if you go to the website and look up deboning quail, Jacques Pepin, a great French chef, does a beautiful job of showing you step by step how to open up the neck and getting the wishbone and breaking it out. And you see how unbelievably simple it is to do. And they're just deboning the breast, the leg bones, and the wing bones stay in. So death by gumbo, we begin by taking a little bit of the filet powder there, and you can just kind of mix a little bit of the filet in, because the secret is that everything in the gumbo goes into the quail. So you can stir that up a little bit. That's filet rice. I'm going to put a little green onions and parsley into it as well, and then I'm going to spice it up with a little salt, pepper, and garlic. So now you have your filet inside of the rice, and that mixture is all well seasoned. So then what we do at the restaurant, we take the quail and we open it up from the back, and the first thing we do is to put a slice of that smoky andouille on. Now that's going to hold. I'm going to lay it flat and push it up to the front, and that's going to hold the rice in. So let's go ahead and put a spoon of the rice in. Now you have to put an oyster in. You see your oysters right here? Just grab one of those and put it right in over the rice.
Oysters ain't that easy to grab.
Now push that in with your hand really good. Oh yeah, get him down in there. Now one more of the andouille, which is going to kind of block the back of it. Just push it in nice and flat.
Say hello to the oyster. There you go.
So now you have an andouille. You have the filet powdered rice with all the seasonings. You have an oyster, and then of course you have the andouille on the back, and then you kind of cross the legs. You see how the breast is kind of filled up nice. So now, of course, we're going to season the inside. Now, as we did the inside, we're going to do the salt, the pepper, the granulated garlic. And what we do now, we go to the oven and we actually roast this bird separately in the oven. And once it cooks in the oven, of course, you see the juice coming out. It puffs the quail up. And so what we do for the restaurant, at the restaurant, is we take our paring knife, and if you can, just gently cut it to about right there from the leg, so we can open it up a little bit. Now let's talk about the gumbo for a minute. The gumbo is made with the bones of the quail, and then we put the bones of a Cornish hen. We roast them off with the quail bones, and then we strain all of the onions, celery, bell pepper. We just make a rich quail gumbo stock. And everything's out of it, because the idea is that once the quail goes into the plate, the gumbo's in, and then when you cut the quail, all of the ingredients fall into the gumbo. I'm gonna show you how to do that in a minute.
Okay, we'll do that. Stick around. We're stirring it up with John Folse.
In 1967, Dutch Stogner realized his dream to run his own meat market. 50 years and 3 generations later, Double D and the Stogner family still operate with Dutch's original commitment to quality. Pick up some Double D sausage today and share your good times with us on Facebook.
Hi, I'm Donnie Rouse. There are a lot of different reasons to shop at Rouse's.
It's the people. Everybody that works here is just so nice.
Our stores get deliveries 7 days a week.
They have such a wide variety at Rouse's. Everything's in stock. I mean, everything.
We use Rouse family recipes and ingredients found right here in the store.
It's the food. Rouse's food tastes like homemade.
And they're local.
Like us.
We also have great prices.
That's the difference Rouse's makes.
We're about ready to die by gumbo here, Chef.
Okay, well, first of all, I mentioned again, if you look at the swarthiness of that gumbo, there's no onions, there's no particulates in it at all. And that's the rich sauce made with the bones of the quail and Cornish hen roasted with, and then we strain everything out so that everything is actually in the quail. So you have your sauce over there, you have your gumbo, and you just want to, and we bring it to the table and we pour it gently right into the crevice. Just like that. I tell you, you could come be a waiter at Revolution. And you want to pour it right to the top of that rim almost. And of course, all of the ingredients inside the quail will start to fall into the soup, and that's the way it's served at the restaurant, nice and clean like that. And you'd be surprised how many people sit down and they say, instead of an entree tonight, can I get 4 of the quail put on a plate with the gumbo sauce around it, and that'll be my entree.
And you tell them, no, I'm sorry, we don't serve
Whatever you
like
want to do, whatever you want to do, ma'am. Anyway, Death by Gumbo. You know, that's the first time I think we do Death by Gumbo on air. So this is,
really?
I don't think we showed this to anybody
else.
else.
Can I try it here?
Absolutely.
All right.
Oh, you wait till you try that sauce there.
A little piece of oyster.
That's a good gumbo.
Say
Huh?
bon. I'm ready to die. I'm done now. I've had it.
What a pleasure to have
Death by Gumbo. Restaurant Revolution? Where is the recipe besides BayouWildTV.com?
Well, you can get it in my Wild Game book, my cookbooks, and you can get it online because if you go to Chef John Folse recipes online, you're going to find 1,000 of them. You know, so we're happy to give them out.
Y'all go look it up. I'm gonna finish this off.
Or just come eat it at the restaurant. Let me
It's
cook it
easy
for
enough.
you. Either way.